welcome to GSAC 5-Minute Sabbath School Summary. We are on Lesson 10, upon whom the ends have come. The stories of the Old Testament are written in the Bible not only to learn about the past, but also to have a down-to-earth example of things that are to happen in the future. As the Apostle Paul writes in our week's key verse in 1 Corinthians 10:11, "Now all these things happened to them as examples, and they were written for our admonition." This week, we studied two stories from the Old Testament about the judgment of God over the world and how they relate to Christ's second coming. These two stories are the flood and the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Jesus said in Matthew 24, verses 37 through 39, that the end of the world was going to be as in the times of Noah, when people were living their normal lives when the deluge came. Noah preached for 120 years, and people had all that time to repent of their sins and enter the ark. However, 7 days before the rain began to fall, Noah and his family entered the ark and the doors were closed by an angel. In the same way, in the days we are living, we must preach the gospel to every nation and every ear that can hear. But there comes a time when nobody else will be saved, for the doors of grace will close. As it is stated in Matthew 24:14, the gospel will be preached in the whole world, and then the end will come. For many people, the day of the coming of the Lord will look like any normal day. Some may be sleeping, but some may be working. But some will be inside the ark and others outside of it. And we are to invite everybody to come in. In the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, we see that the angels went to see the wickedness of the people and how they saved Lot and his family before destroying the cities. God didn't need to check the wickedness of the people, but it was important for the angels to see it for themselves, as well as for Abraham, who prayed for the city not to be destroyed if at least 10 righteous people lived inside it. For that same reason, we are facing the pre-Advent judgment, not because God doesn't know who to save, but for the angels to see how God is righteous in all his judgments, and we will have the same opportunity during the millennium. Peter tells us in 2 Peter chapter 2, verses 6 through 10, that Lot suffered for the things he heard and saw in Sodom and Gomorrah, for he was in that city, but did not belong to the city. We should as well balance our responsibility of preaching and dwelling in this world while avoiding being corrupted by it and its evil customs. The only way to achieve this is through Christ, who reminds us that we are citizens of the kingdom of heaven, so that when this world is destroyed, we may be able to stand firm in our faith. This is our prayer for each of you. Thank you and have a happy Sabbath. Hello.